So I just got off the phone with my doctor, and it's good news, bad news. Good news is every time something bad triggers you and you get a new trigger, it is an opportunity to pinpoint the cause of that. And so how do you pinpoint the cause of that? And that is what the most important thing is, and that is what will help you the most, is how to pinpoint the cause of your serious triggers. So I'm starting to sing with a couple of groups, and we're performing, and I'm doing okay. I'm getting through the vocals. I'm really enjoying it. I'm loving it. And it's challenging because I'm learning like 40 new songs and reviving old songs that I've forgotten. And it's a genre that I haven't sang since I was a kid. So it's really, really good. And then I found out that actually singing vocal exercises is the best thing that you can do for cervical dystonia, because working those muscles from the inside out, giving you more control, more correct posture, more diaphragm breathing, controlling it from the belly, pressing it up. If we all had that, and then if we all had the correct curve of the spine, and then everything else would fall into place. If we had the proper foundation. So think about your house. If your foundation cracked, well, your house just broke right in half, and so did the rest of your body. So if our foundation is not there, that's the number one thing. So what we found is, I am singing with these groups, and I'm loving it. And I went line dancing. Well, I just went to go sing at this club, and we ended up line dancing. And I did the electric slide, and then I did another one. And in the middle of it, my legs got electrocuted, like a 10 unit got turned on from my spine and went straight down my legs and my feet. There wasn't an inch of it from my belly button down that wasn't being electrocuted. And it was incredibly painful, and it stopped me, and I just stood there. And then I thought, oh my God, I'm in the middle of a line dancing club floor. So my legs just froze, and all I could do was just go to my revert training, to what my doctor told me. And the first thing is control your breathing, get your spine, make sure, are you aligned, get yourself, get proper, because if you're like all, doing crazy things, get the flow, get everything back. And what that really does is it makes you realize how absolutely delicate you are once you become damaged. And I did not realize how damaged and delicate I am, because to me, you know what? Doing the electric slide made my butt hurt, so that means I need to get my butt up, stretch it out, work it out, do some weights, and do that electric slide 15 times, and then 16 times, and 18 times, and then, until it doesn't hurt anymore, because that's how you do for an athlete, right? Athletic mentality. That's the problem. That's how we think, and that's how we push ourselves. And the problem is, do another one, because, if that hurt, do another one. So what I did was I overstimulated and really pissed off cranial nerve number 10, but at the opposite end. So whatever happens at the beginning also happens at the bottom. So the line dancing, just that little bit of stimulation down there, you would think, oh, well, what happened? It got all inflamed because you pumped up the blood and pumped up the oxygen and pumped it up, and you pinched off that nerve. Well, yeah, that could be. Or it could just be that nerve is so damaged that it's like a split end on your hair, and that, so it's just really sensitive. But what it also does is it triggers up here in your brain. So whatever's happening down here is happening up here. So if it is one, is doing the same thing here, or it's doing the same thing here. And so then where is that in your brain? Well, that's your balance and your, I don't know what it's called, my doctor can tell you. Watch Wednesday nights and learn more. So it's happening in the base of my brain, in which he was very like, wow, you're way more fragile than we even thought. And so that's not a good thing. But it's also a good thing, because we are developing a program about movement. I'm taking these other classes, and I'm reading neurology books on how these basic movements, and balance is our number one thing. Your muscle is dumb. We are our nervous system, and so our nervous system controls everything. Well, it's the nerves that matter. It's not the muscles. My muscles aren't getting tired. My nerves inside of it are electrocuting the crap out of it. And so that's kind of what's happening. And now they're in constant, like, ooh, my glutes, my booty feels really good, because it's in a constant, maybe I could just keep that for a while. It's kind of like when you put on one of those stimulators for your abs and it just does the workout for you. Well, my butt is contracting in the hip flexors and the, oh my gosh, you know, the IT band and all this stuff in here, all of that whole fabulous stuff, all the way back into my hamstrings, up in front to the top of my glutes. All of that is under a constant, like, it's like when you're told in meditation, okay, relax and breathe. Now squeeze your butt just as tight as you can. Hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it. Now exhale, and relax your booty. Only imagine your booty don't relax on you and you're like, hey, what's happening back there? Stop that. So that's what's happening to my booty right now. It is going into constant flex, which hurts. After a while, it's like, damn, that Charlie horse is in there. And so then those get so tight, those trigger points get so tight that they start pulling another little muscle, and then pretty soon your hips go out, and then doink, you're all jacked up. And then right now my atlas and my axis are both off tilt, and so I'm sure my whole face is not even. So ladies, if you're wanting to know what the true secret is of sometimes I look like I'm 80 and sometimes I look like I'm 40, it's because the tone of my nerves. If I am not feeling good, one side of my face will literally droop lower than the other side of my face, and that's a problem. I don't like it. And so it triggers, you know. Then this gets sore, this gets hurting, and then if I have seizures, it pulls, that muscle's pulling, that muscle's pulling. So you have to think of yourself as a whole bunch of little electrical wires. Every one of those nerves that you have, you are like a stereo system. So you need to identify with whatever tech that you like the most that has wires, because you are a Lamborghini, right? And I definitely am, because I think of how many I've had knee surgery. This is what Doc pointed out to me. He's like, how much have you spent on those? I'm like, yep. How much have you spent on all your surgeries and all your medication and all your food and everything that you are is what you are investing into yourself, and then that's what you end up with. And that makes a lot of sense. So you think of people that are extremely wealthy, that money is no object. We're going to do things the right way, the best way. What is the best way that we're going to reap from our children, and we're all going to have a happy family that sticks together, not goes off to different countries and we never see each other and we die alone. Not that. We don't want that. We want families that are, this is my son down the street, and we all still help each other and do things for each other and a part of each other's lives. That's what we really truly want. So, okay, bad news from Doc. My brain is very damaged, more than we thought. I can no longer line dance. I can no longer do the things that go to the left and to the right. I can only do the things that when I bring balance right before. It's a good thing, because now we're going to develop a dance program for brain damaged people. So that's cool. Super cool. Okay. You know what's coming. But we're going to make it better, because now we know that I just can't line dance like that. I just can't line dance like that. But I can create a barefoot line dance program for brain damaged people. It's going to have a really funny name, I'm sure. So that is good. That's something that gives me something to do, gives you purpose. And the most important thing that you have to stay alive is you have to have a very strong purpose that you have a lot of faith in, and you have a lot of belief in that the belief has to be that you are necessary to do that purpose. And the belief in yourself that you are absolutely necessary to complete that purpose is a very strong motivation to try. So you have to always have a purpose in whatever you're doing, or it's so easy to quit. It's so easy to want to quit. But we're not going to quit. We are going to embrace the new challenge, and we're just going to have to shed what we knew and think of it as, you know what, I'm so lucky that I got to do that for as long as I did. Because, wow, I've already done everything on my bucket list. I lived life like that because I was married to death my entire life. And I stay away from my family because of it. It's easier to stay away from me. It's easier to have a fun relationship with me, you know. That's so much better. And like a vacation is so much better. But not when you're dying and not when no one believes you. But the love of your family is incredibly powerful. And what's really scary is the more other disabled people that I'm around and I'm interviewing them, and they all have pretty much the same stories, and the bad parts of the stories are really terrifying. Let me just say that all of us A-type personalities, if that's still a thing, because that might be politically incorrect. I have no idea anymore. And oh, that's so like 2016. So for people that are pretty aggressive and forward thinking and planning and have to have that, you know, like, okay, this is my goal is to get to this big goal and I gotta do these things. And that is what drives you, you know? That's what drives you. And then the more you continue that path, the easier it gets. Like, you know, riding a bike, you just get better and better at it. It's just, so yeah, there it is. I'm supposed to document these things and it's just becoming a long rant. So sorry. Hope you don't watch this actually all the way through. Thank you very much.